Hi there, graded students. This is Mr. JB once again, and we are up for our fourth lesson this week, language skill, participial phrase. So please turn your literary companion book on page 214 to 215, and we shall start if your materials are ready. Our learning objectives are first, understand the purposes of participial phrases in sentences. Next is correct misplaced modifiers in sentences. But first, let's have a little bit of a review on how to form participles. So we have three verbs right here, smile, skip, and cry. And to show the present participle form of these three words, we should add a suffix ing. And that makes them smiling, skipping, and crying. Well, we usually use these words as verbs, as action words, but right now we have to use them as adjectives, which is used or known as descriptive words. How can we do it? These are some ways. So first sentence, the smiling girl laughed. We see two verbs present in the sentence, smiling and laughed. But laugh there functions as the main verb, while smiling is not functioning as an action at all. It functions as a descriptive word to the word girl. So smiling is a participle form already that functions as an adjective. Second sentence, the skipping boy wore red shoes. Skipping now describes the boy. That means it functions as an adjective. Third sentence, the crying baby fell asleep. Crying is no longer an action, but it functions as an adjective. So crying describes the baby. How about past form? It's pretty easy. We just have to change the past participle form of these verbs. So we have filled, shaken, and burnt. So make sure that when you're using participle form or participle phrases, you are looking for the participle form, not just the past form, but the participle form of the verb. And they have to be used as well as a descriptive word or an adjective. Sample sentences, the filled glass rested on the table. Same rule, filled is no longer as an action, but as a descriptive word for glass. The shaken passenger sat down. Shaken describes the word passenger. The burnt log glowed in the heat. Burnt is no longer a verb, but an adjective that describes the log. But how are these participles used in a phrase? Let's have participle phrases in action. So let me just have the pen right here, or the highlighter. The participle phrases contain a participle and other words. So let's have it in a sentence. The student planning to study nursing must first meet with the dean. Well, if we remove this phrase right here, the student planning to study nursing must first meet with the dean, it works pretty well. But we have planning to study nursing, which serves as your participial phrases because it starts with a present participle planning and some other words, and it describes and gives information about the students. So that's how it works. Sentence 2. The police will question anyone found lurking around the dormitories. Found lurking around is a participle phrases because we have found here as the participle, past participle that describes anyone. Ron loved his new hiking shoes, wearing them even to church. Wearing them even to church is the participle phrase because it starts with a present participle wearing and it describes the hiking shoes. Eaten by mosquitoes is a participle phrase. We wish we had stayed at home. It starts with the past participle of the word eat, which is eaten. Then it describes we. All phrases are made up of two words, or at least two words. Therefore, participial phrases include more than a participle. Nouns, pronouns, modifiers, and other types of words may also appear. A participial phrase always functions as an adjective in the sentence. I want you to highlight that right here so that you will be able to remember. So it gives more information about the noun. When used properly, participial phrases can actually make the sentence more meaningful. But when used improperly, there goes the error. Positions of the participial phrases are really vital in sentences because if it's positioned improperly, then you may have a misplaced modifier and a dangling modifier. For those who are asking what the modifier is, this is the adjective and the adverb in the sentence. Now, participial phrases are actually functioning as a modifier, but we can't make them misplaced or even dangle on the sentence. Let's talk about them. Misplaced modifiers are phrases positioned not next to the word it modifies. So if we look at an example, we rented a boat from my friend with 2 motors. So your friend has 2 motors? You see that with 2 motors right there is near to the friend. That's why Sam thought that your friend has 2 motors. But it should be changed and positioned properly to make the modifier correct. It could be, we rented a boat with 2 motors from a friend. How about the dangling modifier? Modifier dangles when there is nothing for it to describe. For this example, laughing loudly, the movie was over. We have here laughing as a present participle. Question: who was laughing loudly? The answer: the movie was laughing loudly. Because the movie cannot be the one who is laughing loudly, this phrase is a dangling modifier. So I hope that you were able to find out and to learn about what's the difference between misplaced modifier and dangling modifier. Now, if you turn your book on page 215, please do answer the practice and apply for participial phrases, and please pause this video as you answer. Good luck! Alright, so as you notice, here are some of the answers for your practice and apply in your book. So we have walking along the shoreline in sentence A. Sentence B, we have rolling slowly down the window pane. Sentence C, exhausted after a long day at the beach. And sentence D, written in French. Number 2 is circle a dangling modifier in each sentence, then rewrite the sentence correctly. We all know that dangling modifier has nothing for the sentence to modify. So what we have to do is to write a subject for the dangling modifier to no longer dangle at all. Looking in the closet, the blue sweater was found. Who is looking in the closet? We can use I as a subject. Looking in the closet, I found the blue sweater. Surprised to see Aliyah, the car stopped. Of course, the car will not see Aliyah and has no ability to see Aliyah. So let's put there, surprised to see Aliyah, my brother stopped the car. 3. Write about the day you spent with friends. Include at least 3 participial phrases and be sure to place each phrase close to the noun it modifies. I hope that you have an idea on how to make it already. If you do, please do use them as you write this answer. I will also give you some sample phrases. You can use eating a salad and sandwiches, look at the shop, or playing computer games. Have fun writing this answer. To sum up our lesson, participial phrases, we all know that participial phrase is a group of words that starts with a participle and functions as an adjective in the sentence. And a modifier or modifiers should be placed next to the word it modifies to avoid it being misplaced or dangled. I hope that you learned something today. If you do, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the YouTube channel of New Vision International School. And I shall see you on the next video. Bye-bye.